Dash Dilek, welcome to Tibet TV's weekly analysis. On 18th June, the Tibet Support Group in Denmark, together with Danish China Critical Society, organized a surprise demonstration to China's ambassador to Denmark during an interview to the political media Altinget in central Copenhagen on the occasion of the public political festival. In today's weekly analysis, we will discuss the event in detail with Mr. Thomas Roden, who chanted slogans in the face of Mr. Ambassador, such as Free Tibet, Free Hong Kong, Free China. Mr. Thomas Roden is the president of the Danish China Critical Society. Before we discuss, let us watch how they protested it.
Free Hong Kong, Free Tibet, Free China. Mr. Ambassador, why are you defending genocide?
Free Tibet!
Mr. Ambassador, why are you defending genocide?
Free Tibet!
People in concentration camps.
Why do you have people in concentration camp, Mr. Ambassador?
Free Tibet!
Welcome to Tibet TV, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you to have me.
Thomas, first of all, tell us your association with Tibetan cause. When and how did you start campaigning for the cause of Tibet?
The Danish China Critical Society was started for about one and a half year ago. It's a pretty new society in Denmark, where we are having young politicians from all over Denmark and from different Danish parties who are joined in the cause against China and in the cause of freedom for Tibet and for Hong Kong and for all the people of China.
Okay, Thomas, as I said earlier, that when Chinese ambassador to Denmark visited for an interview, and you and many Tibet supporters were outside the venue, and you even chanted Free Tibet, Free Hong Kong and Free China in the face of Mr. Ambassador. So how did you plan these protests?
Normally it's very hard to know when the Chinese ambassador is going where, and I've been trying to figure it out for quite some time. But at this moment, we were pretty sure that he was going to be at the Altinget's media house to have a debate, and so we tried to go there in the civil closing. So we didn't look too anti-China or too pro-Tibet. So we had our flags in our back pockets, and when his diplomatic car arrived, we could see that now was the time. So we run in front of the place of the media house at Altinget and took out our flags from Tibet, and we also have some Hong Kong flags with us, and started to ask him questions like why are you defending genocide? Why are you putting people in concentration camps? Free Tibet, free Hong Kong, free the Chinese people. And of course, it didn't make him seem so pleasant.
Okay, Thomas, this particular protest stormed social media on that very day. So how was the response from media in Denmark and Danish people?
Oh, it was great. I think that most of the response in Denmark have been on online and also on social media. But lots of Danish people have told us that our protest was really great, and that they hope that there will be more protests in the future. Of course, this protest was very small because we needed to make sure that it was a hidden protest, so the ambassador didn't make that he didn't figure out that there was something going on. But many people have contacted me also to say that please next time call me so I can join in on your protest. So that have been wonderful, and also with the support from you Tibetan guys all over the world, that have been so warm to feel that your support for the protest. So thanks a lot for that.
Okay, Thomas, as you said that the Chinese ambassador was so unpleasant, right? So did you face any challenges later?
No, actually, it's quite funny because in Denmark there have been a very long history for people demonstrating with the flags from Tibet, that the police have tried to hide them and all these things. But this protest actually went really great. We made sure that all restrictions were held and so on. But there was actually no greater challenges, and that's a bit extraordinary because right now we are having a whole commission in Denmark looking into how Tibetan demonstrators are being troubled by the police and so on. But I think because there have been so much focus in Denmark on making sure that our constitution is held. Also, when it comes to Tibetan protesters, there was no difficulties this time, and I'm really glad about that on behalf of my country and our constitutions, because of course the freedom of expression is also a freedom that comes when it's about Tibet and when it's about the critic of China.
Okay, Thomas, Anders Storgård was with you on that very day, and he wrote on social media, Facebook, that it was a very lovely Friday, I think referring to the success of the protest. So how do you feel when you represent oppressed people under China's regime?
I think it have been hard for me to see, especially what have been going on right in the last year in Hong Kong, where I myself have a lot of contacts, and also to see around the people from Tibet, the Uyghurs from Xinjiang, how they are being treated. But I think that there is no cause as great as the cause of standing up for people who don't have the freedom to express their own opinion. And I know that when we are speaking up for Tibetans or Uyghurs or the people of Hong Kong, we are speaking up for a lot of people who would love that they have the opportunity to speak up for themselves. So it was a beautiful day in Copenhagen because the sun was shining, the message of a free Hong Kong, a free Tibet came out, and the Chinese ambassador looked a bit angry. So I think that Copenhagen could not have been any more beautiful on that day.
Okay, Thomas, before we end our discussion, I have one last question. Today, China is a global threat. We all know it, right? For instance, we all know what happened in Budapest, in Hungary, right? So Hungarian people started protesting against the government's plans to build a Fudan University of China, right? So how should the world tackle China's threat?
I think that the problem right now is that the world is too afraid of China. And I think that what we need is an alliance of democracies, and where we have the democracy societies in this world sticking together against dictatorships and autocracy. Because if you look at what China are doing now, they are in particularly using their economy as a threat to, for example, small countries as Denmark. So if the Danish government stands up for Tibet, they will make sure that it will cost money for the Danish people. And I think that it's time that we stick together and say to China, no, you don't have the right to interfere in our economy just because we're using our freedom of expression. And right now we're going to stick together as democracies and give you a hard time, because we need to have the freedom of speech all over the world, also when it regards to China. And we need a more tough line on China, because right now China is the biggest threat to international democracy and peace.
Okay, Thomas, with this, we're going to end our discussion here. So I would like to thank you so much for joining Tibet TV's weekly analysis. I would also like to thank Truan Herald for all the footages she sent to us. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.